Hey, Diana J. Brody here from NLE Academy, and today we're going to go over 3 Premiere Pro keyboard shortcuts that I think you gotta know in a segment I like to call... What's your favorite keyboard shortcut? Okay, here we are in Premiere. We're going to go over 3 Premiere Pro keyboard shortcut tips I think you need to use if you've got ones you think that are even better than the 3 that I'm going to show you here today. Leave them in the comments for me. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Do all that cool stuff for the algorithm. People love it. I love it. Everybody wins. Okay, let's go. So, extend. I've done it before. I'm going to link to it up here. I'm going to link to it at the end of the video as well. I've done it before, but I love it, and you're gonna love it too, and I'm about to make your life 37% better by conservative estimate if you're not using it and this is the first time you're hearing about it. Extend is on your keyboard. If we go up to the Premiere Pro pull down to keyboard shortcuts, you've got this big keyboard. Don't forget, you can program stuff to the control, to the option, to the command key, to the shift keys. You can program the living crap out of your keyboard, and I highly recommend that you do. In fact, no keyboard shortcut tip video for Premiere Pro would be complete without pointing out that you should be programming your keyboard. Okay, so extend is on your E key in Premiere. E for extend. So you can remember it easily. So it's slave to the playhead. So wherever you move the playhead, here or there, wherever you're moving the playhead, it will extend to that playhead. So here's my cut point. Let's say I want to L cut this. So my cousin here says so, and then I want to come back to him as he starts the sentence. So we'll L cut over the so. That's right here. You can see it right there in the waveform, right? So I'm going to click on this because I want to extend this sad, lonely clown over my cousin to where the playhead is right here. So I click on the cut point, so it's selected. We see it's selected, right? And now I'm going to hit E. E for extend. Boom. There it is. Now I've L cut it. Here we go. It's L cut. It comes back to him just as he's starting his full sentence. Beautiful. Now, let's say you didn't like this L cut, and in fact, you wanted this particular clip to actually end here instead, just for the sake of argument. Well, if that cut point wasn't selected, we would select that cut point and hit E for extend. Boom. Now it goes to your playhead. Playhead here, extend. Playhead here, extend. I'm just hitting the E key. Look how easy that is. E for extend, E for easy. It's the best. And of course, not for nothing, if we wanted to extend all 3 of these clips, let's say for the sake of argument, all the way to here, for whatever reason, we can shift click these on. So all 3 of these are selected and hit E. Boom, now all 3 are there. So you can do it you can do it in multiples. Boom. You just can extend the living crap out of your timeline, and I highly suggest that you do. Now, keyboard shortcut tip for Premiere Pro number 2. Number 2 is mark clip. People are gonna think I'm crazy for putting this in my favorite keyboard shortcuts, but I'm not. There's a method to my madness, and I see that a lot of people do not use mark clip or even know what it's about. Mark clip, I believe, if we go to our keyboard shortcuts from the Premiere Pro pull down, and let's go to this is my keyboards all remapped, but let's go to the Premiere Pro default, and let's click in the little finder, and let's say mark clip. Mark clip, by default, is on your X key right here. Mark clip is on the X key. Whoops, I just added a 1 to that. Here we go. See, mark clip, X. Mark clip on X. There you go. That's its default. For me, I have remapped it, and my remapping is I is mark in, O is mark out, P is mark clip. And then Shift I is lift my in, clear my in point. Shift-O is clear my out point. Shift-P is clear both my in and my out from my timeline. And that is going to come in handy. But for Mark Clip, this is what Mark Clip does. We can, if someone's like, hey, how long is this piece of B-roll right here? Just this piece of B-roll. I can put my playhead on the B-roll. I have V2 lit up because Mark Clip needs to know what it wants you to have a selector on. If I was on V1, it's going to see this whole clip. Now that I'm on V2, it's going to see this clip on V2, whatever my playhead's on. So you're going to hit X if you haven't mapped over it. If you have mapped over X, then go ahead and put Mark Clip somewhere else on your keyboard. I'm going to hit P because that's where I put mine. And I'm just going to hit the button. Boom, you're going to hit X. There it is. Now it's put an in point, and you know it's your in point because it gives you this little, well, it's the first frame right there. But here's your in point. It's going to put your in point at the very first frame of the clip, and it's going to put your out point at the very last frame of the clip. Boom, there you go. What's the point of doing that? Well, now I can look up here and say, well, if my producer's like, how long is that piece of B-roll? I can say, it's 8 seconds and 15 frames, which you can see right there. And my producer can be like, wow, that's too long. Let's add another clip in there. And I would say, yes, you're right. We need to add another clip. But even more than just doing that, and a lot of people, right, they'll come over and they'll say, oh, I want to lift this clip. I want to get rid of this clip. They'll click on it and hit delete. Well, you can also do, right, Mark Clip and then lift. And lift is sort of a nice, lift. Lift, I have put on my Z key because that's where it is in Avid. So I can go to lift and extract being ripple delete, or extract, actually. I think they just call it extract now. Extract, let's do ripple delete. Ripple delete is on Shift X, so I'm going to show you how these can be used in conjunction with each other. But let's go to the Premiere Pro default, and Mark Clip is on X, and then ripple delete is up and the forward delete. It's the up arrow and the forward delete. I have moved it to Shift X because it's just faster for me. So X is extract, Shift X is ripple delete. I'm going to show you what that difference is. So let me undo this. We've got our lonely clown here. Let's say I want to get rid of the lonely clown and everything underneath it. I want to get rid of this clip and everything that's underneath it. I can Mark Clip and then do X for extract. I put it there. Extract normally on the keyboard. Extract on a normal Premiere Pro default keyboard. Extract. Extract is on the little, it looks like the apostrophe. Looks like the apostrophe for you guys is extract. So extract or ripple delete. Same thing, right? Ripple delete's going to do the same thing. If, let's say, I'm over here working, and then I'm like, oh, I want to get rid of everything, this picture and everything underneath it. Mark Clip, extract, gone. Or ripple delete, same, right? X, ripple delete or extract will do the same thing. So that's one handy. It says same thing over here. If I'm like, oh, I want to get rid of this B-roll and everything underneath it, Mark Clip, extract. Now again, don't forget you need to have your selector on. You need to have V2 on in order to Mark Clip on that. If I had V1 on and I hit Mark Clip, see how it's marked this entire clip, right? So just so you know, that is, you gotta know, you gotta put on your selector. So I put on my selector, Mark Clip, hit extract, gone. It's so easy. I do it all the time. And if I had music underneath here, you could use these things in concert with each other. Let me show you how you would do it with music underneath. So here it is. I've got my music here, and let's say I'm here and I'm making some cuts, right? I'm making some cuts in my timeline. Boom, I'm making some cuts. Boom, I'm making some cuts, but now I've cut my music up at the same time. So now I've made a bunch of cuts in my music. Okay, well, I can come over here, I can highlight A2, turn off the selectors on the sequence side on video layer, but just have A2. Now I'm gonna mark clip on this clip right here. And I'm going to go to my out. So I hit go to out. Now I'm gonna click there, I'm gonna hit extend. I'm gonna click here, hit extend. I'm gonna click here, hit extend. That was just E. And now I've extended, now I've fixed my music. So even though I've made cuts here, I fixed my music very quickly by using mark clip, coming over here, A2 is lit up. I'm gonna hit mark clip. That's X for you guys. For me, it's on the P key. I could even do this. I could even lift that and come over here and hit this cut point and go extend, then hit extend again, then hit extend one more time, and extends to my playhead. And now I've fixed the music underneath this section. So I can put my playhead at the end. I don't have to do this one at a time, going click, 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 right? Let me undo. I could, I have my in and my out set. I put my playhead all the way at the end. I can click right there on that clip and hit E for extend. It goes to the next cut point. E for extend, next cut point. E for extend, all the way to my blue bar. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You love it, you love it. Mark clip in concert with extend. I use it all the time. And then if I came back up here and I said, oh, hey, I gotta get rid of this right here, then I turn off A2, turn on V2 on the sequence side, not on, see this A1, that's on the clip side. This is the sequence side. I can mark clip by putting my playhead over the clip. I've got V2 lit up. I hit extract, gone, or ripple delete, gone. Now, of course, look, now I've chopped up my music again. Take off V2, turn on A2, mark clip, go to out, click on the cut point, hit E, fixed, all good. And I didn't have to pull stuff. You want to try to stop mousing around as much as possible because, oh my God, it just hurts right here. Okay, the last and final keyboard shortcut tip for Premiere Pro for you is ripple trim forward and back. You're gonna love this one. I love this one. I am late to the game on this one. So if you knew ripple trim forward and back before this video, leave me a comment down below and let me know how long you've been using it, because I know I am late to the game on this one, but I only just found this one out and it became an instant favorite. So for this keyboard shortcut tip, let's go back up to Premiere Pro keyboard shortcuts, and I'm gonna go back to the Premiere Pro default. Ripple trim for you guys, if you're using a default keyboard, is on Q and W. Q and W. Those are the keys where you can find it as a default. If you've mapped over those, please, I highly suggest putting ripple trim somewhere on your keyboard because it is the best. Here's mine. Mine I put on G and H, and because I have other things on Q and W that I'm married to those being there. So here we go. This is how ripple trim works. Right here, we've got our playhead. And let's say, for the sake of argument, I want to, after my cousin, this is my cousin, after my cousin says this right here, I put my blue bar here, and I'm like, I don't want anything else on this clip. Let's get rid of the rest of this whole clip, both audio and video. I've got my V1 selector on. You notice there's another V1 here. This V1 and this A1 refer to your source side. This V1 and all of these on this side refer to your timeline. So I want, if I was up doing something on V3, for whatever reason with my selector was selected on V3, I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn on V1. It's important. You want to make sure you have your selectors on the right channel for this, the same way you wanted them on the right channel, on the right track for mark clip. So here is my blue bar. I want the rest of this clip gone. I'm like, that's fine. I don't need the rest of this clip. I want to end this clip right here. Then you're going to hit W, and that is ripple trim forward. Watch what happens. Here's my blue bar. I want to get rid of the rest of this clip. I hit one key, gone. Come on, how beautiful is that? So, so beautiful. If I want to get rid of, let's say this is this little snippet right here is the only thing I want, and I want to get rid of all of this in front of it, right to that next cut point, you're going to hit the Q key, and watch what happens. Gone. Gone. One keystroke. Gone. The rest of that gone. I'm going to undo that for a second. Let's say you wanted to get rid of everything on this green clip, the Upset Lonely Clown clip, from the playhead to the end of this. I can't do it on V1. Watch what happens if I do it with V1 selected on my timeline selectors. It's only going to go to this cut point. Boom. And it left all of that. Then, of course, you can't cut it again. I would have to mark clip extract, right, to get rid of it. But if I want to go all the way to the end and take out everything from this blue bar, this clip included, to the end of this Upset Lonely Clown clip, I'm going to need to go up to V2, deselect V1, hit H. Well, you would hit W. Mine is on H. You would hit W. Gone. So the selectors absolutely matter in this. And for what it's worth, if I have this right here, let's say I have that clip there. So I have these, my timeline would never look this way. I would never put this up a layer for no reason on top of it. But anyway, that's another video. So let's say I wanted to get rid of it I wanted to take everything from here to the end of the green clip. Well, I wouldn't want it to be on V3 because it's going to stop there. I'm going to want it to be on V2 because this is the out that I want with no other cut points in between. So if I do H, it takes everything. It takes the orange clip, it takes the green clip, it takes both the audio and video from the blue clip and kills it. I know maybe it seems a little confusing. Let's go back to here. I don't want V2 on, I want V1 on because V1, that's where this clip is. I want to get rid of everything from my blue bar forward. I'm going to hit W if you're on the default keyboard, or if I want to go this back, I'm going to hit Q on the default, and it takes that. Start easy, start simple, start with some clips, put it on your keyboard, or if it's still on the default Q and W, noodle around with it. It's the best. You're gonna love it as much as I love it. I just know you will. I know it in my bones. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something out of these 3 keyboard shortcut Premiere Pro tips from me to you. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite keyboard shortcuts are. Is there a keyboard shortcut that you've learned recently? Let me know. I want to know. Hey, if you want to get a one-on-one 20-minute career consultation with me for free, I've got that open as well. I'm going to leave that link below. Hit that up. You're going to want to take advantage of that. Hope everyone's well. Hope this was helpful. See you in the next video.